Hey guys,
and
welcome
we're
back.
Round 3. So we will have Adam Varner and Scott Jones. This is going to be Robot Stompy versus Miracles. Interesting, the Robot Stompy list is actually the one that took 7th, I think about a month ago, at a 400-person MKM event in Europe.
Nice.
And Adam was super into the list, was really excited to start playing it, and literally built it at GP Indy.
Yeah, he's all about building like new decks. He tried the red-green Eldrazi Blood Red Elf deck. He really liked it. He played that same weekend that it won the GP, actually.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And he didn't do that well, but, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
It won the GP that weekend, so, you know, the deck obviously had merit. So he's always liking those new on-the-edge type of decks. And on the other side, we have, what's his name here? Scott Jones.
Scott Jones.
Playing my favorite deck in Legacy, playing some Miracles.
Topless Miracles, which a lot of people thought Miracles was just dead after the top ban. It's not dead, you just don't get free wins anymore. It's much more skill intensive now.
Yes.
And it obviously survived.
And
second place, correct.
Yeah, second place. My biggest thing with Miracles deck is Search for Escante is such a good card.
Yeah, it's one of the best card advantage engines we've had printed in probably since ad nauseum.
Yeah, it's just insane.
It's real good.
And then this card just makes the deck work. Portent.
White border Portent.
Not a fan, personally. I like my black borders, but it is what it is.
5th edition's fine.
Looks like he likes it.
And we're going to pass.
What do we have there? It's just a land.
Yeah. And Adam's going to open up with Ancient Tomb Petal. Go down to 18 off the Tomb tap. And Chalice on 1. Woof.
The thing about the Miracles deck is, as it does rely on things like Ponder and Brainstorm and stuff like that, but it can win around this.
No, definitely.
It's not the end of the world at all.
Yeah, and especially if you can land the turn 2 search here. I mean, you don't have to deal with any type of counter backup or anything, so turn 2 search is just good.
And it looks like he's thinking about forcing it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, I saw his hand does have some ones in it, so if he wants to progress.
Yeah, this is definitely the fight you want to have.
Yep. And And I believe I see a predict in his hand, so he's going to be using, the predict.
And we'll get a Vault
taking
Scourge.
6 mana or 6 damage to do that.
Yeah. So we've got 16, 19. The race is pretty good so far. And an island.
You got to cast that spell first.
Yeah.
you
don't get to just look. And that's a Flusterstorm.
You want to throw that away.
Swords to Plowshares, which...
So I think I saw a predict in his hand. So what he can do is he can put swords on top, draw the swords, during his upkeep, predict away the Flusterstorm, and then draw two fresh cards.
True.
So I think that's the play that I'd be inclined to make.
Looks like he's going to draw something not swords. He puts swords third from the bottom. We do have a
that works well with the predict as well. So you can just draw it and then predict it away. Yeah. Predict is a very strong card. I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah, it's definitely... I'm glad it's finally getting its time to shine. Then we have City, so 4 mana here. Go for Thorn.
Man.
And double swords, predict Terminus.
I think you respond here.
Yeah. Well, swords, the Vault Scourge, 18 all on the life.
And the thing now is, Scott needs to find another land to cast a predict in his hand.
Yeah, he oh, and there's a Steel Overseer.
He's got that covered.
Yeah.
But finding another land is going to be the first issue.
Yeah, which we know was not in the top 3, so this game may just run away pretty quick here.
Varner
has to deploy another threat, really.
Yeah, if there's not another threat, then
yeah,
this is going to be a lot slower than we thought.
Well, there's another threat.
I think... Yeah.
Swords the Overseer. And up to 20 then for Varner, so...
Yeah, he tapped it, of course, in response to getting the extra life.
We've got Revoker. Which
it looks like he's getting us a piece
good
of
guy
paper.
Varner writing a card. He's going to name. I have to think it's either going to be Jace or Search here.
If it's... Looks like Jace TMS.
Yep. You've got a Mind Sculptor. And there's a Ravager.
Oh, man.
Oof. Although
so these are all new cards now, so he wants to be careful with these draws.
Yeah.
Thought it looked like a white card.
Yeah, and we do know that there's one more swords. Getting there.
I think that other white card might have been a Council's Judgment, which is not great here.
And then he does have Terminus in hand still as well. Alright, so we'll proceed to attacks. Swing.
That's just 3. I'll put him to 15.
Yeah, assuming
no effects. No
gonna
effects.
Take it, yep. And then we'll have a Winter Factory.
Now, which one is one that is going for a ton now?
Well, Winter Factory has always been going for quite a bit, and we're going to sack the Ravager to beef up that Revoker. And then
found a land.
There we go. The Strip Mine that has the tower on it is now about $200.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
People like their lands.
They do.
Varner taking 2 for the Ancient Tomb. Another Revoker.
Another Ravager. Wow.
Ravager. Correct.
And we're going to swing for 3 with that Revoker, and let's see if we...
Scott's got to find a Terminus. Right. He just got to reset this board.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to use the Swords of Plowshare because he wants to have an answer for the Mishra's Factory.
Yeah.
So, best case scenario here is finding a Terminus. And I think you predicted this end step, I think is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And what you do with predict is you usually play 5 islands in your deck. So if you fetch not island, you name a card. Or if you name island usually, because it's the most copies in the deck. Otherwise, you look out all your 4-ofs, and if you've not seen any, you name one of your 4-ofs.
Yeah. So we have Fluster, Land, Terminus, and we got a Jace off the Predict Mill.
Oof. I mean, that's pretty solid. because you don't want it right now.
Yeah, no, definitely not with the Revoker out there. And then we're going to Wasteland the Tundra. It's land for turn. And that's just going away.
Looks like he said he wants to float blue.
Yeah. We're going to proceed to combat. No effects. And that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
So down to 8 then for Scott.
All right, it's closing pretty quickly.
And you notice he did not actually activate the factory there. So holding that back. I don't think you really need to use it. It doesn't necessarily make your clock any faster.
Nope.
I mean, he goes to 6. You still don't kill him next turn without an extra threat of some sort.
Looks like Scott's hand is
not good.
Is it Fluster,
Yeah.
Jace, land?
Yep.
It's pretty bad.
And there's a Terminus in there as well.
Yeah, Terminus too.
Which, unfortunately, without Jace, no easy way to get it on top. Yeah.
All right, so should have Scott down to 4 now.
Yep. No Miracle Terminus. That would have been pretty clutch there.
That would have been clutch. Yeah, this is looking like it's getting away from Scott here.
Yeah.
Now, what could happen here is if Scott has a Brainstorm, he can Brainstorm. Or just scoop.
Yeah, or proceed to scoop phase.
Or proceed to scoop.
Yeah.
He would have to Brainstorm and have to have a Terminus on top.
Yeah.
Would be like the only out.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough. I can go snag up these deck lists. We'll see what we got in the sideboard for him.
Yeah, sure. All right, so we have Ratchet Bomb, Spellskite, Sword of Fire and Ice, Sorceress Spellglass, Leyline of the Void, and Ensnaring Bridge over on Varner's side. None of which does a whole lot except for maybe the Spellskite and I guess Sorceress Spyglass.
Yeah, I like Sorceress Spyglass. I like Sword of Fire and Ice a lot.
Yeah, he does have one in the main, evidently.
Oh, wow.
For Fire Ice, so that would be 2. Which
I like the second copy.
Yeah, I think the second copy is good here. It helps the race, and I mean, the deck doesn't have a lot of ways to
you take out
get card advantage.
Maybe Hangerback Walker.
Yeah, I think Hangerback's probably fine. It's never.
Maybe it's a Volt Scourge. Take that out. Like take out 2 Volt Scourge for the 2 Sorceress Spyglass, and then take the other 2 out for 1 Sword and 1 Spellskite.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. What's going on, guys?
So
hey, Charlie, what's going on?
And Back to Basics. Coming in for...
Yeah, definitely Scott. Back to Basics. Definitely Wear Tear. Engineer Explosives as well. I could also see Monastery Mentor coming in.
Yeah.
Just putting roadblocks out.
Yeah.
As you're trying to find your terminuses and everything. That's what I would do. Probably take out the one of Fluxus Storm mainboard. Is this... Yeah, this is a matchup where you take out the Force of Wills, right? I believe so.
For sure. Yeah. Also, it looks like he has 1 Back to Basics in the main as well. So it's definitely... So go up to 2 Back to Basics then. Get Mentor. I agree with that one. Wear Tear. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Fluster comes out. Force comes out.
So it's 5 spots. So we have Back to Basics, Monster Mentor, Wear Tear, and then 2 Engineering Explosives. So just like 1 flex spot.
I think Council's Judgment comes out too. What 1 threat are you really trying to get rid of?
I don't know. If you like put them all onto like Sack and Ravager, and like you, nice 12/12 Volt Scourge, Council Judgment you for you only having Volt Scourge out. I don't know. It's definitely possible, but I don't know how good it is.
All right, so Adam will be on the draw then.
Yeah, Adam's going to be in the draw. It's a little better for Scott. He obviously kept a land light hand that game.
Yeah.
And Adam got to get him with the Thorn of the Animist.
Yeah, that card is just really good, especially when, Varner also has access to Lodestone Golem on top of that. So you've got Lodestone and Thorn, effectively 6 Thorn effects in the main.
That's pretty good. And the Lodestones act as a beat clock, too.
Yeah, they are a real fast clock.
Yeah. I mean, 5 is a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Adam can power those out on turn 1. So it's kind of a meeting point of legacy shops as like a take on vintage shops.
Yeah.
It's kind of what the Robot Stompy deck is trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you don't have actual workshop, but Thorn of Amethyst.
Yes.
I do have a playset, Mr. Kyle.
Oh, there you go, Richter.
Yeah.
I'm being stingy with mine because they're in lands, man. I gotta have thorns in the sideboard of lands.
I'm keeping my playset, but I do own a playset.
Ooh, that was mean. Richter, you're gonna have to find them somewhere else, man. We do not got any for you, man.
You could always add them to your wish list on our website, moonbasemarket.com. We list 7 days a week, so you will constantly get emails saying when new cards are added, and if they're on your wish list, you'll be notified right away. That way you can order them, and store credit does work there. So if you trade into the store, you can use store credit on your account anytime on the website. So
Absolutely.
Definitely recommend that.
Absolutely. All right, so going to game 2, what are you looking for in your opening hand if you're Scott?
If I'm Scott, more than 2 lands.
Yeah. I think I'm looking for back to basics.
Yeah, back to basics is definitely going to be the crucial card in this matchup.
I also like the Gideon ally of Zendikar.
Yep.
I didn't see that at the first glance, but I do like the Gideon. Supreme Verdict main catches me as something that could be good. He is playing 2 counterbalances. I believe those are going to be taken out. Yeah, back to basics is really good.
And we do not have a back to basics in his opener, but...
Well, he's got a look at a lot of cards here.
Yeah.
He's going to fetch for his land, ponder, brainstorm. No, most likely not brainstorm, but ponder, portent.
Yeah.
One of those guys. I love portent on turn 1. That's going to be ponder, though. Fair enough. It looks like land, ponder, terminus.
Yep.
I think you keep that. Yep.
Yep.
He
Get
agrees.
another lands. We have ponder and terminus coming up. Varner's
Undiscovered Paradise.
Undiscovered Paradise. There's a Mopal as well.
All right, if this is a thorn of some kind, it'd be a little rough. Chalice on 1.
Oh, yeah, that's also very rough. That was actually the only reason that...
I think I see Scott having a Council's Judgment in his hand.
He does have a Council's Judgment in his hand.
Yeah. So I think he's okay on that front.
Yeah. He only loses 2 turns of not being able to play his cantrips, so not the worst. It does mean he draws a dead Terminus. Granted, he could cast the Terminus, but Varner's turn 1 being that effectively means Terminus is going to be a 1-for-1.
Yeah, I mean, which is fine. I mean,
yeah.
I think I'd rather have that. And this looks like a 4-mana play here. Lodestone Golem. I think you take this trade every day.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
He gets Lodestone. It's just a thorn on a body.
Yep.
That's all it is, Scott. That's all it is.
Yeah, and he has to answer that. I mean, if he doesn't Terminus here, he effectively... Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I'm sure Adam saw it coming, so I'm sure he's got more threats in his hand.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of fast mana.
There's a Steel Overseer and 2 more.
Taking 2 more. He's going to go to 14. And I believe Scott should be at 19.
Oh, wow,
fetched.
That's a Ravager. Okay. Yeah.
Scott's at 19. Yeah, Richter's always playing something spicy.
Oh, and a Vault Scourge afterwards, so...
Vault Scourge, I mean, he's got a big clock here.
Yeah. And this is where forces stayed in. Unfortunately,
Ooh, man.
that turn 1.
That's rough.
Yeah. We're doing the math here on how big this Vault Scourge can get.
Pretty large. Pretty large, Scott. So it looks like he is going to Council's Judgment, I believe.
Yep.
I think that's the play he's going for. Getting all his basics, doesn't want to get wastelanded out of the game.
Yeah. Also helps break the symmetry of back to basics if he manages to top deck it. So Councils, and what are we?
I think you named Steel Overseer. Oh no, Chalice.
Wow. Okay, gets rid of the Chalice. Yeah, I thought Overseer would have been the play too, because that clock is real aggressive right now.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. At this point, he's pretty far back there. So I'm not sure how good that is, and we're gonna
go
chase the Mind Sculptor.
Chase the Mind Sculptor, activate. This is a lot of damage.
Yeah, everybody gets a counter.
2/4.
Yep. And 2 of that with lifelink, which means we get a free untap with Ancient Tomb, or free tap of Ancient Tomb now. Yeah, at this point, I mean, he basically has to hit Terminus in order for any of it to be relevant. But there is so much damage coming through this turn now.
There's quite a lot. If I'm Scott, I'm looking in the jaws of a tiger here.
Yeah, this is not great. This is about to be another quick 2-0. And we're going to ponder and hope.
Well, it looks like there's a wear tear there.
Yeah.
And a basic island. Even Terminus, Varner just goes in next turn again.
Well, Varner only has 2 cards in hand, so
yeah.
He's kind of in top deck mode now. So Terminus does make this very interesting.
Absolutely.
Hey Jones, we ended up with 157 today. Feel free to swing on by. If you wouldn't mind bringing me some alligator ragoon, I would appreciate it.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Stuff is so good.
So good.
And it looks like Scott now is pretty in the tank about that. Land fetch. Go down to 13 then.
So what he's doing here is he's land fetching, and then during Adam's turn, he has a brainstorm in his hand, so he has to brainstorm and try to find the Terminus.
Yeah.
That's all there's left. 157 today. Yep.
That's correct.
It's quite the day. It's really nice. Great turnout. A lot of diverse decks here. We've got Burn at 2-0. We have some Delver decks at 2-0.
Both of these guys.
Obviously, both these guys at 2-0. We have some Manaless Dredge with mana in the sideboard at 2-0.
Yep.
Looks like we have some Punishing, what's it called? Punishing Jund.
Yeah.
Up here at 2-0. It's a good day.
Yeah, and nice to see again a bunch of players turn out for a good cause. Portion of the entry for this event does go to the Cancer Research Institute. So nice to take a break from.
Looks like he didn't hit it.
Nope. I have not seen any Turbo Depths personally.
I think there's one.
Yeah.
I think it's all one. One Turbo Depths is what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Oh. It's an Explosives.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Explosives actually would be. Unfortunately, it doesn't really. I guess it buys him a turn.
So. Did he leave the Wear Tear in his hand or not?
I don't know if he did or not.
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, and we're going to get another Revoker here, so. It's interesting that Varner's continuing to deploy threats, because at this point I feel like.
Yeah, you just leave threats in your hand until your opponent answers.
Yeah.
And when he answers, you redeploy threats.
Yeah.
Right now, Chalice or Explosives on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes care of all the threats.
It hits his whole
everything.
board, yeah.
So Unless Adam can do 13 here, this might be a turning point.
4, 3, that's 7. 10. He can do 10.
Davey is 1-1. Davey's 1-1. Adrian Barnello is 2-0. Cody Basala is 2-0. Sterling Burkhouse is 2-0. Looks like Jeffrey Blyden is 2-0.
Good old Blyden.
Good old Blyden. Both of these guys on camera here are 2-0. Let's see if there's any other notable
tap
names.
the overseer.
We had a lot of 1-1s.
Oh, Revoker named explosives.
Oh,
that's game.
Oh,
that's
a soul read.
Yeah.
John Morris is 1-1.
Wow, that is. Woof.
All right, so now he has to find a verdict. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep, that's it.
All right, that's going to be it. Scott Jones
is
going to go down to Adam Varner. Adam takes this one, 2-0. Man, Robot Stompy.
Yeah, it's a fun deck.
Let's take a look at this deck list. I'm gonna run this down for you guys. We have 4 Mistress Factories, 4 Ancient Tombs, 4 City of Traders, 4 Wasteland, 2 Caracas, 2 Inventor's Fair, 4 Lotus Petal, 3 Mox Opal, 1 Sword of Fire and Ice, 4 Thorn and Animist, 4 Chalice of the Void, 4 Steel Overseer, 2 Lodestone Golems, 2 Hangerback Walkers, 4 Arcbound Ravengers, 4 Volt Scourge, 4 Walking Ballista, and 4 Phyrexian Revoker. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Sideboard, you have a lot of hate. You have 4 Ensnaring Bridges, 4 Leyline of the Void, 2 Ratchet Bomb, 2 Spellskite, 1 Sword of Fire and Ice, and then 2 Sorcerer's Spyglass. Yeah. Man, it's a pretty interesting deck.
It's a very threat-dense list that packs the type of interaction that is meaningless or the type of disruption that is completely meaningless for the deck. I mean, like, again, one of the strongest plays in Legacy currently is turn 1 Chalice on 1. There's no 1-drops.
Yep.
Even Vault Scourge is 2 mana, even if you pay the 2 life, so it's not going to get countered. It's just insanely dense and good at what it does.
Right.
Especially, when you have, similar to Thalia, Lodestone Golem in there that applies pressure while being disruptive towards your opponent's game plan and not doing anything to yours. You're fine.
Right.
So it's definitely a really good list. I'm glad to see it getting camera time, and I hope that it actually does stick around. I was a big fan of Dragon Stompy way back in like 2012 when when Dread still was around. I loved Dragon Stompy then.
Yeah.
And it's
Quint Stevenson's playing Dragon Stompy today, and I think he's 1-2 right now. I think he just lost this round, but the deck's sweet. I'm gonna actually go see if Adam wants to come talk about the deck.
Yeah, for sure.
Get a little deck tech with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right, and here we are with Adam Varner, fresh off that 2-0 win. So I remember when you approached me at Indy at the booth, and you were like, "Hey, did you see this sweet robot Stompy list from MKM?" I was like, "Yeah, actually, I did." And you started building it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
besides the fact that the deck just looks sweet, what about the deck was it that made you want to build it?
Well, usually I'm a red-green combo lands player in Legacy. I've
Yeah.
been playing it for years. So obviously I enjoy locking people out in one way or another. This isn't quite a wasteland lock, but Chalice and Thorn are both well positioned against a huge chunk of the field right now.
Yeah, Chalice on 1 shuts down 60% of the format, especially on turn 1. It's just insane.
I've played today. I played against Death in Texas, where it's not good.
Yeah.
Belcher, where it's great. And then against
and
Miracles,
then Miracles,
of course.
yeah, which is,
it's
being able to
definitely
shut
solid.
off, yeah.
Excuse me.
And then, I can't remember if was Amadeus Grun who created the deck. I can't remember if he had the Sword of Fire and Ice in the main.
He did.
Okay.
It's I've watched some of his sideboard files on the deck. There's one sword in the main, one in the board.
Yeah.
It's for True Name and Baleful Strix. You need a way to swing through them.
Yeah,
so,
true.
And it's a card draw spell in the main. It's
Especially the deck, when it gets into top deck mode, is not always great.
Yeah, it can peter out quickly, especially with 4 Lotus Petals. You find yourself spewing your hand often.
Yeah, Inventor's Fair helps shore up some of that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which I ran that in Eldrazi Tron in Modern because I love the card. So on that match, sideboard, what did you actually take out and put in? Did you change anything?
So I brought in 2 Ratchet Bomb and 2 Spellskite.
Okay.
Spellskite you bring in a lot just to protect your important pieces against things like Wear Tear. Unfortunately doesn't stop Council's Judgment.
Yeah.
But, And Ratchet Bomb is kind of a catch-all. I figured he'd have Back to Basics. He might bring in Monastery Mentor, which he told me he did. Possibly Pithing Needle for, like Ravager or Welcome Blister or what have you.
Yeah.
And that was it. I brought those in. I boarded out both of my Hangerback Walkers. It's bad against Terminus and Swords. It's more for the grindy matchups. And then I was going back and forth. I trimmed at least 1 Vault Scourge, and then I can't remember. I was waffling between the second Vault Scourge and a Steel Overseer.
Yeah.
Just because you really want to play around Terminus in this matchup, so Overseer
it's
good on its own.
Yeah,
but
it's fine, but it's not as good as as Spellskite. Not that Spellskite helps Terminus, but it helps everything else they have. So
and then you can sort of play around Terminus. Like game 2, I didn't deploy my Vault Scourge till he went through his 3rd card off Ponder, and then I just kind of unloaded.
Yeah. I actually, it was interesting when you named that, when you cast the Revoker, the second Revoker, sorry, I said, it's kind of surprising. I figured you'd play around Terminus for the wipe now, but then it was Engineered, which he got off the Brainstorm.
Okay.
So it was such a sick read because he just didn't have any outs after that.
At that point, he'd already brainstormed on my upkeep.
Yeah.
And I was playing enough artifacts to go in on a lethal attack with Ravager.
Yeah.
And that gave me like a buffer so I could sacrifice and have 1 more to sack. So if he tries to kill the Ravager in response, I can still modular on another creature and kill him.
Yeah, for sure.
So I wasn't planning on there being another turn, barring something that that I was not expecting.
Yeah, no, that was definitely good though. Well, thanks for joining us. Oh, one more question.
Yeah.
Why not red-green lands today?
It's tough. I've been playing this deck and having a lot of fun with it, just in like Grand Prix side events and stuff. And
was this what you were playing at when you won the oversized Mutavault?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was something like, and this is just side events, but I'm something like 23-2 with the deck right now. So I've just been having a lot of fun and doing well with it. So Grun is a genius. It looks like
fun.
A pile of miserable cards, and it is, but they work together very well.
Yeah, I'm very fond of saying that there is a finite amount of fun that can be had in a game of Magic, and I intend to have it all. So it's definitely
I could agree with that.
Definitely one of those decks for sure.
And plus, I get to play all 4 seasons of Mishra's Factory.
Yeah, that's also a big plus, which we saw the winner one there, which was nice.
Nice. Did you see that spicy ancient tune?
The undiscovered
I
paradise?
drew it. I was like, ooh, on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, all right, thanks for joining us, man. I'm sure we will see you later, especially if you continue winning and the top tables. So, thanks. Appreciate it.